Pierre Coetzer probably is the toughest guy in the heavyweight division. Bowe, the man who would be king, but he's up against probably the fight of his life. If it ends quick, fortunate for him, but this guy, Pierre Coetzer, is not the fella you want to meet in a dark alley, not even in Los Angeles.
I'm very positive and I'm very confident for this fight, and I really need this fight now, and I'm well prepared for this fight.
The year is 1992. Riddick Bowe is crashing and smashing his way through the heavyweight division as if auditioning for a role in an Incredible Hulk movie.
Earl Lewis down and out.
So at this moment, is Tommy Morrison the more attractive contender than George Foreman?
I would have to think so, but I'm confident I can knock both of them out on the same night.
And after 30 wins, with very few going the distance, he's now fighting the South African craftsman Pierre Coetzer.
The winner of the upcoming bout between Riddick Bowe and Pierre Coetzer will match against heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield this coming November 13.
With both Bowe and Coetzer besting every man they've ever met, their future is now on the line, with the prospect of becoming a heavyweight champion as tantalizingly close as ever.
Well, I've seen him on a couple of occasions, but he's no Bengal tiger. I wasn't impressed, but I'm not taking him lightly either.
Will Riddick have the power to shut down this granite-chinned Safa like his prior competition?
Oh, good right hand by Bowe. And Cooper is down.
Or does Pierre have the antidote to Riddick's toxic barrage of blows and a secret knockout punch that he's been saving for his most important hour? Let's get into it. Riddick Bowe didn't have as hard of a climb to become popular in boxing as many others did. From his highly established amateur career, where he fought to a silver medal in the Olympics before losing to the future Hall of Fame heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis, or even his time back in grade school, where he shared a classroom with the great Mike Tyson.
Do you like Riddick Bowe?
I love Riddick Bowe.
You're friends.
Yeah.
It seemed boxing had set its path for Bowe from a young age.
He was long, he was strong, he could move, he could also fight inside, which was peculiar for such a big guy. He had a great uppercut. He had all the physical tools.
And Robert Palmer steps in.
After an awe-inspiring run throughout his youth, where he became the highest-ranked light heavyweight in the world, it seemed his future in the professional scene was laid out for him, with fans, victories, and rivals set to spawn an illustrious, unforgettable career in the heavyweight world of pugilism.
Big heavyweight who's shown that he could move, he could box, and he could punch.
I've had some great ones, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Larry Holmes, and I said, you have potential to become the greatest heavyweight I ever had.
While Bowe wasn't the smartest, cleanest, or most respectful of fighters, no one could pass up an opportunity to watch him between the four ropes due to his crushing power and ability to dictate a ring.
There it goes. That should do it.
He stood right in front of you. Certainly, you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Wrong move.
Bowe's power was of a different breed, where you would actually see the other fighter's spirit diminish round by round as Bowe set up bone-breaking combos to the body, followed by clean shots to the jaw that would leave his opponents in blubbering heaps.
Down for the second time. 3 knockdown rules in effect, and it is stopped.
Punches are very tight and very crisp, and that's a very positive step, especially in the heavyweight division. A lot of fighters have a tendency to get wide, and he didn't. He did a very good job tonight.
And during this era where Bowe was disposing of yesteryear champions, there were very few heavyweights willing to line up and fight Bowe until he could at least offer a belt or a pretty-looking payday. But that's where Pierre Coetzer comes in.
What we have here in Coetzer is a guy who comes straight at you like a choo-choo train, like a fastball.
Pierre's career wasn't exactly riveting to follow. With zero amateur background, a tough and long buildup of early career fights used to build up a flashy record so that a promoter would take a chance on him, and little opposition of note to fight in his home country of South Africa.
This is going to be it here, I think. Lacusta's gone here, and what is a miracle how he's still on his feet having taken those. This must be the finish. It is.
Wherever he's gone outside of South Africa, even in his own country, he's never been the favorite.
It was hard for Pierre to break through into the mainstream of boxing. But after avenging his 2 early career losses against Bernard Benton and the cruiserweight world champion Ozzy Ocasio, Pierre finally found some respect as a contender with 39 wins against every opponent he'd faced, earning himself a shot at a world title eliminator for Evander Holyfield's undisputed glory.
How do you view Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe is a very, very good fighter, and I'm looking forward to this fight to prove to the people that I can fight the best guys in the world, and I think I'll be ready in July, I think.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Fight night arrived on July 18th of '92, and while the #1 WB contender Coetzer gets light applause, Bowe's crowd are far less inviting, with a symphony of love and hate crescendoing together like prime Fleetwood Mac. Despite Bowe's confidence veering on arrogance regularly, after exchanging a death stare that's hard to forget, he willingly touched gloves with Coetzer and gets on with the fight like the late, great Mills Lane demands.
It could be a long, tough fight.
Round one begins. Riddick Bowe exceptionally relaxed, even playful in the ring in the minutes before the fight.
But believe me, tonight, he's in against a real fighter. This isn't the Coetzer I've seen in the past. He starts off normally a little quicker and a little more vicious.
Now Coetzer knows what he wants to do. Left hook by Coetzer, goes to the body with the left. Bowe firing the jab, and there's the overhand right. Coetzer doesn't have a lot of head movement. He is not a safety first fighter.
This is the most I've seen.
Good straight right hand. Left hook just missed for Bowe. Now the right hand lands. Coetzer with another left hand, and Bowe lands the right twice more. We've got a first round brawl, and Pierre Coetzer is getting hit too much. Uppercut for Bowe, left hook for Coetzer. And what a last minute of round one.
Round two has Bowe standing his ground in the middle of the ring like a proud lion as he punishes Coetzer whenever coming into range, landing sneaky uppercuts in the clinch and speedy, vicious right hooks that the Bowe of '96 could only dream of landing against fighters such as Golota at the end of his career.
They are not boxing matches. Hard right hand shot by Bowe, and another, and Coetzer's in serious.
Coetzer's lack of punching power means Bowe has little reason to respect his opponent, leading to exchanges that, while sometimes sloppy, ended up being extremely effective.
Shot by Bowe, wobbled Coetzer.
And the second thing is, Bowe has never been in a long, really hard, tough fight. And if he's not in shape, we'll find out.
You see the guts of Pierre Coetzer. He has felt that right hand and just keeps coming back. But every time Pierre straightens up and comes back.
Demonstrated a lot more courage than I had given him credit for. It's a new style. He knows he's not going to get a first, second round knockout. Now Bowe is giving him unnecessary courage.
Those right hands have done a job on Pierre Coetzer's left eye. Oh, an uppercut that just wailed onto Coetzer's chin. Look at him stand there and take it. Right hand just missed. An oohing and eyeing kind of fight. You see the puffiness.
I think that Coetzer's fought under these circumstances so often that it's not going to bother him. It's about Bowe.
Look at the left hands by Coetzer.
Loves Joe Frazier. He's imitating those guys when he fights.
He wishes.
Well, this is the kind of fight that everybody wants to see Evander Holyfield have against a real contender.
Riddick Bowe get past this fight, believe me, nothing can stop him from becoming champion of the world.
Not much we have to tell you about this. I mean, it's fairly obvious what's happening here. Two guys trading shots at close range. Pierre Coetzer's left eye becoming a bloody mess. There's another right hand to the chest by Riddick Bowe, and Coetzer heaves aside as he comes back to the corner. Riddick Bowe's landed 49% of 106 jabs so far in the fight. You say it's a devastatingly effective jab, George. So the punishment he's taken, or maybe because of the problem with eyesight, Coetzer's punch output is beginning to slow down.
Round 5 is Bowe's best round yet, as he slings Coetzer's mop of hair around like a punching bag and beats the determination out of the South American veteran. Landing his lethal uppercut at will, Bowe makes Coetzer struggle to stay at a consistent punching pace, losing his presence on the battlefield.
And a left. And finally, Coetzer backs up. That was a blistering right-hand, left-hand combination, and Coetzer only barely showed the effect. Lane took another glance.
Pierre Coetzer is not seeing good out of that right eye at all.
Bowe's connect percentage rises. It's like a snowball going downhill. Bowe delivering more and more punishment.
Yes, and I want to report from the Trunk's standpoint, he's showing more and more cheek in this fight.
It is a cheeky effort, no question about it. Oh, what a right hand by Coetzer in close. It wouldn't matter to Penthouse. It might matter to HBO. What the heck.
He's got lots of courage, and it's a compliment to his trainers and people who believe in him. Good right hand by Pierre Coetzer.
He's thrown a couple of them.
Bowe's left jab is working like magic now.
Low blow by Bowe, followed by a right hand to the chin.
He's taking a point away from Bowe. All right, let's look at the replay now. There's the punch.
All right.
And you could see it was down around Tierra del Fuego. It was a very low blow, and then he followed it with a right hand.
Now Coetzer has a reasonable period of time, and he deems himself recovered and goes back to work against Riddick Bowe. Gentlemen, Pierre Coetzer has never been knocked out, for Mills Lane as well as for Pierre Coetzer. Maybe as hard to see from our vantage point as it is hard for him to see the punches coming from the gloves of Riddick Bowe. Threw 31 jabs in round 6 according to punch stat numbers, George, and landed 20 of them. Yeah, particularly for 6 more rounds. Yeah.
Round 7 quickens the pace after a tempered 3 minutes throughout the 6th, with a tired Bowe wanting to end Coetzer before the championship rounds arrive, where Pierre typically has his most significant moments. Despite Coetzer landing some decent hooks, in the closing moments, Bowe lands his infamous uppercut that shocks Pierre to his core.
Uppercut again. Coetzer in serious trouble. Mills Lane 1 punch away from stopping it, and there it is. Riddick Bowe has a 7th round technical knockout.
There it is. It was a low blow. It definitely was a low blow.
Coetzer tried to complain, and the referee didn't come to his rescue. And this has been happening all night, and I don't like it.
Mills Lane was behind Bowe, but you're right. It was below the belt. Not as far as Tierra del Fuego, but Mexico City anyway.
Riddick Bowe is a very good fighter. You can't take away that from him. And I think he's got a very good chance against Evander Holyfield.
And do you think the fact that you were cut and bleeding led the referee to say, well, it's enough, you've been game, but you've taken enough punishment?
Well, I don't know. I was asked back to the referee.
Oh, the guy was durable. You can't take nothing away from him. He takes a hell of a shot, and as his promoter manager said, PA is underrated. Well, Evander is somewhat the same type of fighter Pierre is, but he's more busier and he's a much more craftier fighter. So that's why the first chance I get, I'm gonna get back in the gym and start working extremely hard.
As we all know, Bowe's next fight with Holyfield began arguably the most fantastic trilogy in heavyweight history, with knockouts,
Knockdown of Holyfield's career, and that's it.
flying fan mail,
There he is, entering at the left side.
and incredible performances from both fighters.
Down goes Bowe.
Bowe's performance in the first bout, which made him the third last undisputed heavyweight champion, is often regarded as the greatest of his career.
Unbelievable.
What a round!
And beating one of the greatest modern boxing champions of all time by way of decision, rather than his usual brutal way of knockout.
And everybody have their day. I did the best I could, and whatever the best, he had enough. My best wasn't good enough tonight.
Bowe never entirely managed to stay as motivated and physically impressive as he had been this night following the early 90s, with weaker opposition and even weaker performances as the decade progressed. Still, despite that, Bowe is one of the only heavyweight champions in history to retire alongside Lennox Lewis, Rocky Marciano, and Gene Tooney, beating every opponent he fought at heavyweight. Pierre Coetzer's career, on the other hand, wasn't as iconic as Riddick's, but ultimately earned him a few big money paydays, fighting Frank Bruno and George Foreman back-to-back, and impressively surviving longer against both of them than he did against Bowe before ultimately getting stopped by both. Both men were tough as nails, with the heavyweight titles being their muse. Still, while only one got what they wanted by the end of their careers, both Riddick and Pierre left their mark on the 90s heavyweight era and retired, making the sport a better place with memorable legacies and a career worth recalling.
You were talking about that fight you have come up with Foreman.
That George Foreman intimidated the hell out of a lot of them.
Right uppercut, a left jab, sends Norton crumbling to the canvas.
George was kind of a freak. George was unusual. George was one of a kind.